Hello, people. How are we this day? Uh, this is a very humorous story that I want to share with you. A lecturer had 21 laws, and one of the laws was that he doesn't like seeing a female student pass in his front, especially when he's in the class. And the reason for this was because he gets easily stimulated sexually. So sometimes he will put hand in his pocket in order to press down his manhood, in order not to embarrass himself. Okay. Well, why that may be a kind of wild. I salute the man for setting up that principle to save himself. You see, the reason why many people commit fornication, I honestly want to tell you that it is not because they are bad people. True. Some people commit adultery not because they planned to do it. Both the woman and the man sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes they did not plan to do that, but because they could not set boundaries to protect them, they found themselves doing it. I worked as a campus missionary with students, and of course, when your student love you, I had a lot of girls around me, beautiful sisters. I mean, plumpy, good looking, fresh. Eh? But you know what? I told myself, young man, you are like our national director. Will always tell us that the Son of God, is also a son of man. So be very careful. And I held that very strongly. And I set healthy boundaries with my female students. Okay. When they love you, they can jump at you, they will all over you, and they mean well. They don't have any evil intention at all whatsoever. But sometimes, if you don't set healthy boundaries, it is your spirit that is born again. It is not your flesh that is born again. Okay. So you could be tempted to do what you will now begin to ask God for forgiveness. So instead of that, set healthy boundaries. Okay, for example, I never counseled a sister alone. Never. I do what I call open door policy. Open door in the sense that if I'm going to sit to counsel you, the door is going to be flung open and there should be people close by so that there will be no mistakes around it at all. Okay. Some people, sometimes counseling can become very emotional. A sister comes to you and is telling you the pain at home, the trauma, how the parents maybe are fighting, or how that there is somebody is sick, or telling you a very touching story, and then tears begins to come down her cheeks, and then you also become very emotional, and then you rise up, take out your handkerchief, and you begin to wipe the tears from the eyes of your lovely sister in the Lord. Before you know, you end up kissing the person you are counseling. It's true. See, let's not be religious about this. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Sometimes people get indulged into these things not because they plan it, and it's not because they are evil people. It's not because they are not born again. No, you can be born again. But you can still do a foolish thing if you don't set healthy boundaries. Don't say I'm carnal for sharing this with you, because this has shipwrecked the ministries of many young people. It has made many men of God to be called all manner of unprintable names just because of lack of wisdom in handling relationships. All they needed was to exercise caution. Okay? I set healthy boundaries around my students, and I ended well in campus ministry by God's grace. Never had an occasion where I became too emotional with any sister. Okay, do that and it will help you. Don't sit in the office alone and counsel a sister for too long. Keep a clear boundary. That is not only in that area of relationship, even in your relationship with your boss. Okay, sometimes some bosses can be very simple. They call you pet names, they play with you, but you must be careful to know that no matter how this man is simple, he is still my boss. Because by the time you cross the boundary, you will never be doing yourself a favor. Your pastor, for example, your pastor has the grace to bless you. I hope you know. But do you know that if you can become too familiar with him to the point that he becomes your friend and no longer your pastor again, then you will never be blessed by him. You will be wondering why people come from outside and the pastor prays for them and they receive answers to the prayer and you don't get it because you have overstepped the boundary. That is why I have problem with people that are too simple. If people are too simple and you're not careful, you will never be blessed by them. You must know that there is a boundary between me and this person. Even though he is very simple like this, there is a boundary. Okay? Parents and children and their children, there is a boundary that should be kept. Okay? I mean, even siblings, there should be healthy boundaries. Once you reach puberty stage, there should be healthy boundaries between the siblings. Have you not heard the issue of this mommy Joyce Meyer, who was abused by her father sexually for a very long time? Okay, so you have to just set, when you set healthy boundaries, it is difficult even for Satan to tempt you. It is even difficult. He finds it difficult to even lure you into evil. Okay, because most of the times the people that come to you, they are not spiritual, they are carnal. And sometimes, of course, Satan sponsors some of them to come to you. And they will capitalize on your weaknesses, the loose ends of your relationship. And before you know, you find yourself doing some stuff that you won't be proud of. Set healthy boundaries with everybody, your colleagues at workplace, your parents, everybody. Let the boundary, I'm emphasizing healthy. Healthy in the sense that you are not very mean, but at the same time, you are not allowing things to be too loose around you so that things will still be in check. The Lord bless you. If this blesses you, send me a message in the comment section. Have a nice day.